Hello, this is Jewish Prepper. This has been long overdue, been pushing it off, and I apologize. There's a number of things I want to get to very quickly. This is going to be a multifaceted sort of video. The first thing are some book reviews. My first book that I would like to review is called Survival Mom by Lisa Bedford. Survival Mom, I got in the mail a couple months ago. I've been reading through it slowly, and it is a wonderful book. I would highly recommend this book for anyone who is beginning to prep, because it really gives a very simple program for preparing. It's not something that a lot of people start learning about how to prepare and they get overwhelmed. And they're just blown away by all this material that they have to learn, all these skills they have to acquire, and all these things they have to purchase. She goes through it in a very concise way. And in fact, she has little tidbits on the side. She calls them instant survival tips. She has all sorts of... The way that this is broken up just makes it so easy for someone who's just beginning to learn the ABCs of prepping, and I would highly recommend Survival Mom for anyone who either is beginning themselves or knows someone. Perhaps I've already lent it out a few times to people that just want to learn some introductory things. This is a great book. Very simple language, very easy to learn how to prepare. The second book I'd like to recommend is called When Disaster Strikes by Matthew Stein. This book is a very high quality book. I've read through dozens of books on prepping, and this book is probably the most professional one that I have come by. It's not exactly for like Survival Mom for the one who's just starting off and wants a simple plan or program how to prepare, but it's comprehensive. And it's written very well. I mean, you could tell that this person is not someone who just decided to write a book. There's a lot of research that was put into this book. Clearly, I mean, you can see he's an academic. He's an MIT-trained engineer, and it comes out in his book. Clearly, this is a real academic, serious work. And it includes all different aspects of preparedness. I can't recommend it enough. Again, it's probably not for someone who's been preparing and being a prepper for the past 20 years. It's someone, I wouldn't say that's just being introduced to it, but someone who's wants to learn a little bit more. Someone has gone past the ABCs and wants an in-depth review of different preparedness ideas. This is your book, When Disaster Strikes by Matthew Stein. A few other things I just wanted to mention quickly. This other thing that I got my hands on called the National Interoperability Field Operations Guide. It is put out by Homeland Security. It is not classified in any way, but it is only available, I believe, to specific groups that are involved in government operations. This is the newest one, I believe, from January 2011. Basically, this guide is going to be a gold mine if something were to happen and you are a ham radio operator. For those hams out there, this basically lists all of the frequencies that would be used in different incidences by the federal government across the country, and how to contact people. Everything you need to know in an emergency as far as communications, government communications. I would highly recommend if you can get your hands on this. If not, PM me. I might be able to organize it. They're not cheap, but it's well worthwhile. Two other quick things. I got a replacement credit card in the mail. And as I always do when I get a credit card in the mail, I always look at the old card and the new card to see what the differences are. And this one, I noticed, said the word blink on the back. I don't know if you could see that. and the new one doesn't have that written. And I investigated a little bit what that meant. That is a little chip that is implanted in the back of credit cards. Blink. I'm going to actually cut this open on camera in order so you should be able to see what I'm talking about here. There is a chip inside of here. And that chip, let's see if we can find it. I don't know exactly where it is on the card, but that chip basically sends out a signal that allows you to pay by just passing the card by one of the readers. Now, these readers are not difficult to find. I'm still trying to find it here. They're not difficult to find, these readers. These readers you could actually buy on the internet. You could actually look this up on the internet because you could purchase one of these, and literally you're giving away your information to anyone who has one of these readers and walks by your wallet. I'm actually not finding it, which is pretty cool. Oh, one second. So I'm trying to figure out where they stored this chip, but it is in there. And if not, then I did find it. There is the chip. Oh, let me see if I can somehow manage to get it's right under where it says blink. Duh, I should have figured that one out. You can cut it right there. Let's see if I can, I don't know if it can come out. And it's pretty small. It's very small. But you could see, I don't know if you could see it, but there's a tiny little chip inside of there. It's a little metallic chip. And that little chip is what's sending out a signal that any RFID reader can read. It's something, again, that's available openly on the internet. Somebody can walk by you on the street, and if you have this open, somebody's going to just walk by your wallet, scan your credit cards. It's going to have all that information emanating from that little chip. So this is just a warning. I mean, this technology is not only in credit cards, now it's in all the new passports. It's being put on in all sorts of things. So you just have to be aware that if you have one of these, there's two options. Either you can ask the credit card company to have one that doesn't have it in, or the other thing you could do is actually there's a sheath that you can put on top of it. It's a metal sheath. It's actually the same thing, same concept as a Faraday cage. It's metal, like a tinfoil sheath. You could use tinfoil if you want, in order to disguise, to muffle that signal, so you won't be able to get it. Now, the last thing I wanted to mention is I just saw the pre-screening for a film called Remnants. Now, Remnants is a film that you may be familiar with. It is about prepping. It's a prepper movie. It was meant to be entertaining as well as educational. And I was fortunate enough to be one of the funders, one of the backers of this show, and I got a pre-screening copy of it, which I just saw yesterday. It's pretty amazing. It's an hour and a half long. It's probably not nearly long enough. I think a 4-hour movie would have been amazing. An hour and a half, it gives you a lot of things to think about. So when that comes out, in the theaters, I highly recommend you look for it. Remnants is the name. And maybe after it comes out, we'll do another review of it and speak about it a little bit further. I thank you for watching. Thank you for your patience. And I thank you for your support. This is Jewish Prepper.